single malt whiskeys from the DMV. You gotta believe that this is gonna be a real battle. We got Old Line and we got Copper Fox out of Virginia, Baltimore, Virginia, baby. Let's get it on.
Yes.
Hi, and welcome to On The Palate. I'm your man, Josh. I got your boys in the building. I got Kev, the underground legend, and I have the Bourbon bounty hunter. Keith is in the building. We have a banger for you. You guys know we like to do these verses. So we're doing Virginia versus Maryland, baby. So we got Old Line. This is their Sherry Double Oak Series. This is out of Baltimore, Maryland. Then we got Copper Fox. This is their Apple. Apple Brandy Barrel. And this is special. Both of these are special editions. I'm excited about this. I just want to be the first one to talk about this. We want that you go and check out our Old Line videos. They'll be attached in the description. This Old Line Sherry Cast is amazing. And it was a pleasure speaking with Mark McLaughlin on this one. And then Copper Fox, man, I was so surprised to deal with this apple brandy version. I said, single malts that taste good? You gotta be kidding. Keith, your thoughts on this versus?
I'm excited because I'm the Baltimore side of things with the three of us, and big fan of Old Line. Love their sherry cast, excited for it. And then Copper Fox being right up the street from Apple. It's not something I've had before, so I'm really excited to kind of try it. And the emerging American single malt for me is exciting as I've tried to expand my palate, as you would, in this journey of whiskey. Really pleasantly surprised how much I enjoy American single malt. So not only is it where we are, but these are right up the street. Again, this distillery in Old Line, we've been classic place, so really excited also to try this Copper Fox and just see what Virginia can bring to the table.
Exactly. We have a full video based on highlighting this particular spirit coming to you real soon. So make sure you check in the description for this video. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we're talking about, that we're more than just a bourbon channel. We are trying to expand our knowledge as enthusiasts on adult spirits from all cultures. So this, again, is American spirit. So make sure to put in the comments whether you've had Copper Fox Distillery or if you've had Old Line Distillery, and tell us what your thoughts are on either of these brands. Kev, your thoughts on this versus?
Anytime we do anything local, it's always exciting. We're all in the state of Maryland, and I hate to say that, I'm bragging on Maryland or I'm trying to put this big, Maryland is the best or anything like that.
Well, we do have the best flag.
Yeah, we got the best flag of the three. Yes, we do.
I think we all been to Maryland distilleries.
Mm-hmm.
Old Line brand is great, not just because we interviewed those guys, but she gave our honest opinion on their product.
Yes.
I mean, across the board, man, we tasted like damn near all this stuff, right?
Yeah,
close to
not
it.
all of it. I think we did.
I mean, the majority.
Yeah.
The majority. I mean, brand that it needs more attention, but if you had it, that it's a good quality brand. To a couple in Maryland. I mean, this other outside. Maryland is a sleeper state. Not just, I'm not just saying it just because we live here, but Maryland is a sleeper state as far as like distilleries when it comes to, whiskey and bourbon and other spirits. But
well, we have heritage too. I mean, you're American. You're Maryland rye.
Yeah. Sagamore. Yeah.
And it's also great that people can understand that whiskey is not just Tennessee or Kentucky.
Right. Exactly. Right.
Not just that. Obviously, being from Maryland, there's other fantastic states that are putting out phenomenal whiskey, whether it's bourbon or American single malts or anything in between.
Right.
But it's just nice to see the difference that, hey, this, and Josh said on our channel, it's not just about bourbon. It's not just about your Kentucky. There are other great spirits that you can get your hands on, maybe even local to your state. And honestly, I would love to see in the comments, what local states that you're from, that have great whiskey. Let us know. We can find a bottle. We'll definitely try it out on the channel.
Homegrown, like your state, and this is what's going on in your state.
That's right.
Like we had a guy, it was actually a Maryland distiller, but all his stuff comes from Indiana.
Yep.
Who would have thought Indiana was out actually had like a good product? But
Yes.
yeah, it's just all these states are actually doing stuff. We did a show. What was the other state?
Done North Carolina. We've done Virginia. We've
Yeah.
done Maryland.
Yeah.
We've done New York.
Yes,
Yeah.
New York. Yes, New York here too. Yeah,
I was
yeah.
in Saratoga for Belmont, and there was a fantastic whiskey out of New York.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, please make sure you stay tuned. Hit the notification button so that you know the whiskey. Belmont Steaks is where whiskey is made, man. If you want to go there, I'm telling you, check us out. We're going to be there. And I promise you, you're going to see us try some really interesting whiskey. Should have stayed tuned for that. Let me just say that American whiskeys have their place. These are just the first two we're trying. There's more coming down the line. We are not just a bourbon channel. Not saying that we don't want you to come back for our honest opinions on bourbon. But we want you to come back for our honest opinions on spirits in your pocket. We're trying to keep you from spending the money that we've spent. As you can see, we put paper on the table, baby. That's what we do. So with that, we're going to go left or right, Kev.
Let's go right.
All
Let's
right,
go
we
right.
go
So,
right.
so this is the
That's the old line.
Okay.
Old line on the nose. Stop
Yeah,
it.
you hit that
Stop it. Stop it.
So much finish.
Oh, this is amazing. The nose is a
So what is
wonderful
this?
sweetness of raisins or prunes.
Sure.
You get the oak come nose. Oh,
So, folks,
just sweetness bomb.
a little interesting part about that. The reason why they call it double oak is because they changed the ruling.
Yeah.
At least I thought they did. So,
Yep.
it being fish and sherry, they had to dub it as double oak. So that is why it says that.
Yes. It's actually finished in a sherry cask, but the way the rules work as far as single malts are concerned, they have to say double oaked. Yeah. But again, the nose on this, ladies and gentlemen, is just an explosion of sweetness. Again, I'm picking up some plums or some raisins, and then that switches over into molasses, and then it finishes off with just a little bit of bread spices, and it is scrumptious. This feels like a dessert, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, it's we interviewed one of the owners.
Mark McLaughlin.
Yes, for O-line. And, I know this is going to sound like we're bigging him up. Mm-hmm. But I mean, we should. But I mean,
should.
For them to be an indie brand, I mean, like just the labeling on the bottle. We haven't even talked about what's inside the bottle. I mean, this is one of the best labels.
Yes.
On the
In the
bottle,
game.
front and back. This front and back. I mean, you get
They hide nothing, ladies and gentlemen. They give you all the information
On the front
you
and back.
know about their whiskey right here on the label.
Yeah.
It is impressive as well as the spirit is impressive.
Yes.
And if you haven't checked it out, in the description, you can find our link, and we're going to try to link it in the video of this interview that we did with Mark McLaughlin and the tasting. He is amazing, extremely entertaining. So make sure that you press that button up top or either go to the link and put your time in watching our interview with the owner of Old Line. One of them, Arch, is also there. But Mark McLaughlin was the one who hosted us that night. Amazing owner. And we really had a great conversation with him. And with that, on the palate. Stop it. Stop it.
So-
Stop it.
What type of sherry cask? Because they've actually done a few sherry casks.
They have. This
so-
is just,
it's 100 proof, right?
Yep.
it's 100 proof, ladies and gentlemen.
Good point, though. Good point.
The stone fruit, obviously, is there. It even says it on here.
Yeah.
The stone fruits is what you're going to pick up.
I mean, I wish you
man.
guys can see this label. Like
The label literally
Yeah.
tells you everything you're tasting.
even when we were doing the interview,
baking spices right there.
I'm sitting there like these guys are talking, and I'm sitting there looking at the back of this back of this bottle, like we gotta talk about this label.
Yeah, this label is.
I mean, because it gives you the flavor
it's
profile
amazing.
on the
It's
back,
amazing.
and it's just something everybody's palate is they really can't guess a lot of stuff. You kind of estimate or things like that, but you don't have to search. Like when you buy this bottle, it's here. Everything is here for you to read, and you can, fluctuate your palate as to what you're tasting.
Exactly.
That's amazing. But this they have a good product. They have a really good product. Like I
Really
said,
good
man.
product.
Great facility too. So if you folks,
Yeah.
if you're the DMV area, I definitely recommend you stop by. You know, we're hitting that springtime now, so
Yes,
that's
yes.
the best time. I think
Yes.
we're gonna, and we talked about we'll probably do an episode.
Yeah, we're gonna do a live.
from Old Line. Be a great time to hang out there, have
Yep.
a great drink,
yes,
have a
sir.
cigar.
We're going to speak to the owner to make sure that Arch and Mark think that it's okay that we do it, but we plan on doing a live from there. Stay tuned. Come with us as we try a tasting at Old during their springtime so that we can have a cigar.
Yes.
We got special cigars that I'm going to pick for that event. And then we got another event that we're going to do at Baltimore Spirit Company that we're going to let Keith pick the cigar that we're having for that event.
I like it.
But stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure to put in the comments, have you had Old Line or if you had Copper Distillery? Both of these distilleries are very prominent in the DMV area. This is more like Southern Virginia. This is Northern Maryland. But again, these are prominent properties and they are doing their things as far as distillers are concerned. And let's go with our impressions of this. For me, I'm going to tell you that this Old Line Sherry double oak cast for me is well over 80. I'd stand in line for this. This is a solid whiskey.
Yeah, I agree. I love their products as a whole. Big fan. They were really a big part of my expanding my palate. And this is just a really very strong sherry forward flavor. You definitely get the whiskey taste to it, but there's just something that's just magical with, you know, trying this sherry. It really shines well in this bottle.
It's a lot of, I don't want to say unique flavors. I think a lot of the flavors kind of stand out at certain points.
Yep.
Like you can get one thing on the nose, you'll get one thing in the front, you'll get one thing in the middle, and then you'll get something on the back end. It's, you know, it's sometimes when you kind of dealing with these smaller companies, you know, people are kind of like, are these guys selling something? But I mean, like, you know, we don't get no sponsorships.
No.
You know, I wish we did, but we don't get no sponsorships. I mean, so it's just our honest opinion on this stuff. But like I said, when we did the interview, we gave our honest opinions. Even though he was sitting there in front of us,
Yes.
we really gave our honest opinions. They have a very, very good product.
Yes.
It's a very strong lineup for
Yes.
you. Folks.
Yeah.
And what also makes them really unique is we're not shaming anyone else. They are in a very position where when they have their stuff distilled, they distill batches at their distillery in Baltimore.
Right.
And then they distill elsewhere, which is where?
That's best. Thank you. Middle West Distillery out of Ohio.
So Middle West
I'm
does
terrible.
yeah, no, you're better than I am. Middle West does exactly what they've asked them to do. They've got a
Exactly.
great relationship, so they are able to basically give them what they're looking for, dial in their recipe, dial in what they want, and Middle West does it for them. So I think that's a great point of what makes them unique in the market.
Exactly. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we move forward, we're going to move on to Copper Fox, and this is their apple brandy on the nose. Oh, that is apple brandy.
It's a little lighter than
It's lighter.
the one,
Yeah, it's definitely lighter, but that apple comes right out at you.
It does.
Yeah.
Wow. That's one thing, ladies and gentlemen, that single malt seem to do is they seem to pick up a lot more than bourbons do. Because this is an apple explosion.
Oh no. You're absolutely right.
This is an
like
apple
as soon as you put it to your nose, it just hits you. It hits you right there.
Yeah, this is an apple, and this is a sherry. This is a sherry explosion. They both have both characteristics of the barrels they were finished in, ladies and gentlemen. And man, I can't explain to you much more. So again, make sure to check them out. They're in Sperryville, Virginia, as well as Williamsburg, Virginia, and they are doing some amazing things. They use a progressive aging process in what they're doing. So if you haven't seen, check out the short that we did about this particular product and see how they do what they do and where their special sauce is. And with that, on the palate. There's apple,
Yep. Got a little-
apple wood,
I think I taste a lot of the wood.
and it's smoked. Boy,
Yeah.
that's smoked.
Yeah,
More smoke than the double oaks.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
That's interesting.
it is. It is. It is.
Why would the
What-
smoke
I'm telling
be
you,
more than the double oak?
the double oak in this case is not like a double char.
That's right. That's
it's
right.
actually just a double barrel.
Whereas
Double barrel.
this seems like there's some smoke in there.
Yeah, there's definitely.
This is smoke.
You get a lot of smokiness, a lot of wood,
Wow. It's
You know,
good.
or
good.
it's almost kind of like a peatiness to it, really.
So
Yes. More than what I thought this would be. When we were at the distiller, ladies and gentlemen, I thought that this single malt, to me, this is traditional single malt.
Yeah.
To me, this is evolutionary single malt. What Old Line is doing with whiskey is well above what single malts have been.
Yeah, I mean,
This to me is a single malt.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
the difference is this feels like or tastes like more of your traditional single malt.
Exactly.
Your Irish, your Scotch, whereas that is really the emerging American single malt.
Exactly.
You know, it just almost kind of represents to me in some of the Scotch, the Irish, more so in this case,
Yeah.
the Scotch.
Yeah.
That is changing it to what Americans do.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
yeah.
Your thoughts?
Unusual.
I'll jump in there if you.
No.
not ready.
I'm
I'll
ready.
jump
I'm
in
ready.
there.
It's like what I smelled and what I taste are on the same line, which
definitely.
which is somewhat unusual for me. Because sometimes when I smell it, I don't always taste it in the front end, but it's like what I smelled, it's what I taste like right away. It's different though.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's different. It's different from what we normally know from a single malt.
Yeah.
I like it though.
You know, to piggyback on that, I do enjoy it. When it comes to like a Scotch, I do enjoy the peat. I really like, and I'm okay getting just smacked in the face with the peat. You know, I really do. I like that funkiness to it. So this is definitely, if you're from the Scotch world and you're used to that kind of peat, I mean, there's different flavors of Scotch. I'm a big one for the peat, like Lefroy, But if you're from that world and you want something a little lighter, maybe something that, Friday night kind of thing, this I think would be great with a cigar. If you're so inclined to, you want something a little softer, something with kind of like a unique flavor. This apple kind of, it really does soften that peat a little bit.
Yeah. My impressions on this, ladies and gentlemen, is that if you're talking about single malts, this is the traditional premium. I'm serious. I gotta say, this is premium single malt whiskey.
Yeah.
It's just old. It calls itself old, which is crazy, but this is the future of single malt. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the future of single malt, where there is not this distinctive peatiness to it, but there's a resemblance of it there, but it's not that in your face peatiness.
And I think that comes down from when you think of your traditional, single malt, you think of single malts from other countries.
Exactly.
Whereas this is a single malt from what we have here. The products that we make spirits out of, they've used to make a single malt.
The USA, baby. The USA. That's what this tastes like. Kev, your thoughts before we get out of here. This is interesting because I'm torn.
I'm not
Traditional single malt, which is excellent with a cigar, to this luscious dessert, which I don't know goes well with a cigar. So we got to have a cigar show.
When when he first said the cigar pairing,
Yes.
that's what I saw with this one here.
For sure.
And it was like, gosh, I wish he would have said it. Because, we did a show
Yes.
where we talked about how right or good cigar, when you pair it with something you drink, it elevates both. It
definitely elevates both.
It elevates what's in the glass and it elevates the cigar. I think I'm picking back off what you said. Like this right here, perfect cigar pairing, pretty much any cigar across the board. And this right here is good on its own.
It's
It's very good on its own. I think it goes back to a preference.
Yeah.
If you smoke cigars, grab this. if you just like something neat or even on the rocks.
You like single malts.
If you like something on the rocks, grab this. Grab this. This is good. This is good. And gosh, I'm like in the middle. I like both. These two bottles are good in different areas.
Quality single malt.
I'll say that they're good in different areas. So I'm gonna leave it at that.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We got quality single malts for those of you all who are less on the peaty side, and for those of you all who are on the peat side, which is peat. When we say peat, ladies and gentlemen, that means more on the Scotch side. So Scotch and Irish whiskey, and this has an American taste. So with that, make sure to put in the comments, have you had Copper Fox apple brandy finished whiskey, or have you had Old Line sherry cask double oak whiskey? And look, ladies and gentlemen, we want you guys to make sure you tell us what you want us to do next. If there's a single malt that you want us to taste, put it in the comments, communicate with us. This is a back and forth for us to make sure that you are tasting and having the best experience when it comes to adult spirits as possible. We know that no one has a bunch of money to spend on all of this stuff. We're willing to be your guinea pigs. And if we can't find it, the Bourbon Bounty Hunter will find whatever we need.
Wait,
because
how
as
about
you can
this?
see over here in the corner, he's got Fortaleza tequila. He has single malts. This is the man that can get you what you need.
How about this? What are we talking about within price points? Good price points, bad price points.
What's a good price point?
I actually think they're both in bad price points.
No, what's the price on this?
$100.
Yeah.
on the cop on this?
Yeah, it's
$100?
$97.
97, but this is under 50, right?
Yeah, $60 I think it is.
What is? I thought it was like $80.
You want to do another?
Yeah.
Single malt scotch?
No, wait. This 60.
Single malt Scotch in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
It's
We're
60.
bringing it in.
What? Wait.
You
Old Line
come
is
here.
60,
You
right?
come here for us to bring you something you've never tasted before.
Oh,
Stay tuned.
the
Keep
run-in.
leaving. Y'all
The
keep
run-in.
leaving. Don't leave. You never know what we're gonna bring in. You never know what we're gonna bring in. Keep telling us what we're going to try.
All right, so real excited for this one. This is Hill Rock. I believe where are they out of? I think it's New York. Yep, Hudson Valley, New York.
Hudson Valley, New York.
So from a local store to us in Baltimore.
Yeah.
They were one of the few early on to do a store pick with them. So this is actually a store pick from a store called the Spirit Shop.
Spirit Shop, ladies and gentlemen. Watch that.
5.45 years, 48.2 APV. And this is a single malt whiskey. Let's grab
Oh, you want more?
grab those two glasses. Because we got some finished whiskeys to,
Mine's clean.
Mine's clean too.
Okay, cool.
All right, here we go.
All right.
So,
Finished whiskeys, ladies and gentlemen.
This isn't finished.
Only you come, and that's not finished?
no, this is a straight single malt.
Straight single malt. You come here for us
Single
to
malt.
give you our most honest opinion, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we do.
So,
You think you're going to just turn off here? Don't turn off. We going to bring you something you're not expecting. This is the 4th of 2026 extras that we've given you. Stay tuned. Don't leave.
So now this was definitely pricey. This was over 100. I forget the actual price points. I want to say it was around
Lord, that
2130.
that color is.
Please. Yeah, I would definitely cleanse a palate on this one. And
Yeah, there's a little peatiness in there. I just got a little whiff. There's a little peat in there. There's a little bit of peat in there.
so, like we said, folks, don't always turn away because you never know. We got bottles for days.
We got bottles, baby. We bottles.
Yeah,
Who else
Yeah.
gives you these random, unannounced run-ins?
Random. This number 4 or 5. I think it might be 5.
Woo!
Number 5.
Right?
Woo!
The peat jumps off at you,
it
boy. That
does.
peat jumps off.
But again, another great
American whiskey, baby.
He says out of New York.
American single malt whiskey
We've been
out
hitting
of New York.
Out of New York. We've been hitting some home runs out of New York lately.
Yes, we have been.
It's a big state, man. We forget how big it
yeah.
is.
You want to call it?
Oh man. Oh, all right. So damn. All right, on the palate. Let's go. Let's go.
See, to me,
That's mature whiskey.
yep, it's definitely
Wow.
smell. The nose,
Doesn't taste like it.
yeah, definitely has a stronger peat than it actually
Yeah.
does.
This is not peaty.
This is just phenomenal.
This is nice.
Yeah.
Keith has done it again,
Wait,
ladies and
Hill
gentlemen.
Rock, right?
Our
Hill Rock.
bounty hunter has done it again. Hill Rock, read it off. Hill Rock Estates Distillery,
5 years.
single malt whiskey.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is good whiskey.
Yeah. And this is, again,
This is good whiskey.
Man.
really great shout out to Pete at the Spirit Shop on this one. This was, and honestly, not to talk too
good
crazy
whiskey.
about it, but these are big investments for stores. Some of these store picks.
Yep.
So
Yep.
for him to invest in a bottle that's over $100, that was a store pick, is definitely a risk. And he think he did a great job on this bottle.
So let me ask you this though. So you got this local.
Yep. In
That's
Baltimore.
local. Okay. Okay.
So again, it's just sometimes you get really lucky with a great store pick. I want to say the price point is around $130 on this, but again, you're going to get that sometimes when you have some of these local, small batch kind of products.
So this is store pick. So do they have?
Hill Rock has definitely got.
Yeah, Hill Rock's been around for a minute.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
But this
it's something special.
is actually, I think we did the wrong verses.
Well, this is unfinished, folks. So this
know.
is just your. But
Yeah, we should have. Oh, man, this is crazy.
It has a smokiness to it. Maybe I'm the only one.
Yes, no,
it's a
has
slight, it's
It's a
smokiness
smokiness.
to it, but it's not in your face. It's not hitting you super hard.
no.
I would say, folks, if you
Yeah.
had a scotch that really turned you off, this is a great Hill Rock would be a great option to try it again.
But you know what though? That's a good statement though. That's very good. Like if you had I think a lot of afraid to approach scotch.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of complexity to scotch. You've got your peat and non-peat. If you try to Lafroig and that just hits you in the face,
Yep.
that's a lot.
Yes, a lot.
This is a great, in between. You get that great smokiness that you get from when you think of single malt.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we leave you, let me just say this as I'm going to be the anchor tonight and just say to you, I would put this up against an Bourbon.
Really?
Oh, for sure.
Oh, I
would
don't know.
put this up
I
against
don't know.
that's gonna be another show.
Under a young, I put this up against a young Scotch. This is an American whiskey, can easily go against some of the younger Scotches. They're a mature offering of single malt whiskey. What I would tell you as far as finished whiskeys are concerned, you got your old line that I would say, right? Well, you know what? We did not give our opinions. Between the two, Old Line or Copper Fox. Kev.
Man, it's tough. It's tough.
Don't say
Okay.
Take it.
No. Here it is. If we're just talking about neat,
Yes.
straight up neat, I'm going O-line.
Old Line it is. Kev is in the building with that. Now we're going to our Bourbon Bounty Hunter. Keith, give me one or two, baby. Give me one or two.
I gotta say, Old Line. I really think that I do. It's a close second.
Very close.
But
they're
really-
doing some special stuff.
They
there.
are, and I like it.
Right.
I mean, and this is I would definitely like to check out more of Copper Fox.
Yeah.
But that sherry is just phenomenal. I mean, that was also the sherry cast is also what, and not to throw it out there, but it's what they won an award for. So
Yes.
Yeah.
This is an award win. Sadly, this actually won an award too. But this is an award-winning single malt whiskey, ladies and gentlemen. Here, as I anchor this one, choices 1, 2, 3. But this, if you're talking about scotches, this kicks the shit out of a lot of scotches, ladies and gentlemen. And it has the peat to kick shit out of whiskeys. Scotch whiskeys.
We just start giving some names, man.
Hey, Old Bond, I'm telling you, Old Bond and this. So
That's another
stay
show.
tuned, ladies
That's
and
another show.
gentlemen.
Another show.
We're
Another
going to
show.
bring you
Another
some
show.
scotches. We're an adult spirits channel, and we're going to bring you some stuff that you need to know about. So for us right now, we appreciate you watching, and make sure to follow, subscribe, tell a friend, and we'll see you soon.